Welcome back to the KSSR space program. So I went through in between episodes and I checked the logic of this contract. And behind the scenes, it looks like it should have been working fine. But it might have just bugged out or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cancel it and re-accept it and hope for the best. Yeah, see, so if you notice, the last time, it seemed to think that something else that was, like, still existing somewhere in the save was Sputnik 3. So now it seems to have cleared out. So I'm gonna hope that that does the trick. So we're gonna try that again, and we're gonna hope to land over the water. Kind of important. And we're going to fix our staging. That went wrong on the last one. And I think that'll do it. Okay. So we're going to send this up again real quick. And literally we're just going to try and do the same thing all over again. But hopefully this time we'll beat out the Kraken. Or the contract Kraken. And also, hopefully, this time we'll be able to land in the water instead of litho braking in the dirt. So here we go. Alright, so we got ourselves into space high. We got ourselves into orbit. Let me gather the science real quick. And let's also make sure... Okay, we count as Sputnik 3, so that's a good thing. Alright, and let me gather all that. So now... making sure our batteries don't run out. We're going to see if we can aim this to land down in the ocean. And hope for the best. Alright, so my hope is that's going to land us, like, in the ocean right about over there. But we'll see. And I want to ride this down a little bit until we get into space low again real quick. And the reason is I want to see if I can grab that magnetometer scan. Because that is a lot of science. And did I already have all this? Yeah, I did. Alright. So that is a lot of science. Moment of truth. I'm going to jettison my little thingy. And hope that it still counts as being Sputnik 3? I guess we'll find out here in a minute or two. Alright, we got some re-entry physics. We are decelerating very quickly. I'm just hoping we land in this water before we get over there. Yeah. Oh, it's exactly where I wanted to land. Look at that. Alright. Yeah, and you know, the part this is based off, you know, again, we're gonna be reusing this when it comes time to do a sample return mission from the moon. Or maybe from Minmus, we'll see. You know, this is based off of like the actual return capsule that the Soviets used for, you know, the later Luna probes that did the sample return missions. I mean, it was literally like a big chunk of steel with, you know, a little space in the middle for the sample to be crammed into. And it was designed to survive atmospheric reentry and crashing down out in the snow with a big thud. And it worked a couple of times, which, you know, I mean, that was no small feat of engineering. It's a little difficult to recreate that in Kerbal Space Program with the way the physics engine works without really having the part almost be cheating, having it like completely indestructible. So we saw that landed safely in the water the first time, so that's what I'm going to try for here. Okay. And recover. And hopefully that completed our contract. Come on. Oh, look at that. Look at all that science. Oh, love to see it. And, yep, we completed our contract. Excellent. All right, so we got a huge boost from that. Now our Sputnik 4, this one is just to return science from an altitude above 500,000 meters. So that shouldn't be too hard. Explore the moon. Let me think. I mean, we can do that, but that one's randomly generated. I'm gonna wait on that. But let's get started on some science here. We need to get to some of these other probes. So we're going to start off getting our compact instruments. Now, the only thing that gave us was the seismic accelerometer, and we're also going to get a bunch of science out of that. Just wait. Now, we've got enough for 2 of these science unlocks at 90. So let me take a quick look around here. Oh, there's that cargo bay we needed. All right, this gets us a lot of good parts. Excuse me. Orbital systems, very important, because it gets us our Voskhod crew pod. So we're going to grab that right away. Zero-G tools, also important, because it gets us some of this stuff. Basic solar, going into integrated electronics, which will get us some more batteries and solar stuff, also very important. But for right now, I'm going to grab these. Now, I think... Alright, that didn't unlock any extra contracts yet. However... Yeah, we've met all the requirements. So our Voskhod 1 contract... Oh, and there it is! Will eventually come up in the rotation. And sure enough, there it was. So this was just our mission to send up a Kerbal into space. Good stuff. But we're going to do Sputnik 4 first. And this is going to be a test for some things to come. Alright, so... we'll call this Sputnik 4. Let's get a little battery power going. And we just need to return some science. So literally, this doesn't really have to do much. And I'm gonna design this to be a very small, very lightweight kind of a probe design. At least that's going to be my intention. Let me see what I can do for... Yeah, these vernier engines aren't very strong, but they might not have to be. I've got some of these fuel tanks here. But we're going to need to, like, construct this around something. So let me have a look at what I've got for parts. It might just be more batteries. No, you know what? Yep. Perfect. Perfect. And yeah, those are liquid fuel. Yes. All right, not bad. Now we just need, and I think that's actually our Sputnik 5 core, but I think it's got, yeah, it's got a built-in transmitter. You can see over there on the right. And for whatever reason, it's not letting me. That's fine. Let me look. We've got. Oh yeah, and we can change a color on it. Not that it matters. Let me actually check this real quick and make sure. But again, with this little thing as an upper stage, this should have a lot more delta V than we need for this mission. All right, yes, good. All right, we've got control there. Let's extend the antennas. Perfect. Yeah, look at that. We've even got thrust to weight ratio. Ah. All right. That was fun, unnecessary and fun. Okay, so now I need some kind of a science experiment on here, and it's just going to be the temperature scan. And I guess maybe over here we'll put one of these, just because they're compact. All right. That will get us. And we'll make the ejection force a little gentler. That will get us what we need. So from here, we can just use our basic R7 with our payload fairing. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? Yeah, that might be. Yes, I have another idea for what I'm going to do for this. All right, I'm going to save this for later. I need to check something. Come on. Oh, that's not what I needed to do. I clicked the wrong thing. Let me head back to the Kerbal Space Center. Sorry about that. All right. That's kind of what I was afraid of. I'm in a weird spot here in the progression where I need 90 more. I should have did my research slightly different, but that's okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take our science rover that we built before, and I'm going to load it up with these seismic accelerometers, and I am going to drive it all over KSC. and get myself some more science points out of these things. So I will be back in just a minute. Okay, so that little expedition actually got us what we needed. 98 science. So we're going to get this reinforced fuel tanks tech to get ourselves another booster design. Alright, so now we're going to go launch our Sputnik 4. And this is going to use a far more compact sort of a booster design. There we go. 4 sides. Where's our auto strut? And I'm also going to set this custom 1. We are going to extend those antennas. Yes. Alright, so now whoop, wrong one. I think it's this guy here. Yep. Alright, and I'm also gonna do a little communications tomfoolery here. We're just going to clip those in. There we go. All right, so now we're going to build up the rest of this rocket and get ourselves a new booster. Alright, so now we have ourselves a new booster design that may look a little familiar. And this is going to be cheaper than the R7 launches. And it should still be enough to get a light payload like this into orbit without too much trouble. And we just got to get it above 500,000 meters and send back a temperature scan. So we'll send this guy up. Alright, so the booster got us into a pretty good trajectory that's going to take us well over 500,000 meters. All we're going to need to do is when we get up there, we're going to need to circularize. And I'm going to have to hope I can retain communications when I get there. Okay, that should work. Now, I am hopeful that I've got enough Delta V in this stage to circularize this orbit. Okay, yeah, this is plenty. Oh, yeah, look at that. We're barely even. Okay, yeah, massive overkill. This probe can get us halfway across the solar system. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright, let's transmit that temperature scan. Oh, no comms devices in range. What? What? Are you serious? Oh, no. Okay, there's some more trial and error to know about. I need to put a regular antenna on this design. Well, again, using the tried and true Soviet methodology of trial and error. I guess for whatever reason, the communications integrated into that probe core can't actually transmit the science. Interesting. I'll have to remember that. Good to know, though. Good to know. So we'll just, yeah, that first one was just a proof of concept. This is the real mission that's intended to fulfill that objective. And we'll just try going with one of these little guys. There we go. And just in case that doesn't work, oh, that's interesting. Where did my... Okay. Alright, that was a little strange, but that's fine. We'll take it. Oh, and I gotta fix my staging before I actually send this off on its way. Come on. Yeah, and again, you're going to see a lot of trial and error in this series because, you know, these are parts that I haven't used in quite a while. I don't have all of them memorized in terms of like what their technical capabilities are and everything else. So, all right, I'll be back in just a moment after this gets up to where it's going. All right, hopefully that will have, yes, okay. That completed our contract, not bad. So we got some good money that covered like one of those launches. And we got a little bit of science. So that wasn't bad, that wasn't bad. Now comes the fun part. We're going to send our first Kerbal up into orbit. Now we have all of the parts unlocked that we need. So we're going to... we've got our Voskhod 1 mission. And still nothing else there. So we've got our Voskhod 1 mission. And we're going to go about putting it together. Oh, but actually, you know what I want to do before I get too deep into this? I want to check upgrading the tracking station. Come on. Okay. Yeah, that's worth it. Yes, very important. All right, so let's get our first Voskhod mission put together. All right, so we have our Voskhod design. It's not perfect, and it's mainly because ideally this part here would also generate a fairing, but, you know, I'm doing what I can with what I've got. And Jebediah is going to go first. There we go. And up we go. We're going to launch Voskhod 1. We're going to send our first Kerbal up into space. How awesome is that? This will be a significant milestone for Kerbal kind. Achieve an important first for the KSSR over that competing space program on the other side of the planet. And up we go. Jebediah is all excited. And of course, there's no launch recovery system or anything, because, you know, safety first. And if anything goes wrong on launch, Jeb's in for a bad day. So we're just going to kind of hope for the best on the way up here, and see what happens. And really, assuming we can just get our apoapsis up, you know, this is overbuilt. There's a significant amount of, like, margin for error with the Delta V built into this thing. A lot of these designs, you know, it should be obvious by now. I'm going for, like, aesthetics and function rather than capability, if that makes sense. So some of these boosters and everything and missions are going to be massively overbuilt for what we're using them for. They're going to be capable of a lot more than we're going to do with them. I'll leave it at that. Get rid of our side boosters there. We're doing good. Gonna burn until we get our apoapsis up to about 200,000 meters. Then we're going to use our Voskhod service module to circularize once we get up there. Excellent. Okay. Come on, Jeb, he's all excited. And we should have plenty of delta V to circularize this orbit. Burning it out. Beautiful. We have achieved orbit. And that completed our contract. We're going to go ahead and get on over to the light side just so we can have a quick look, see how this checks out. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Look at that. Look at that thing. I love it. Love it. Excellent. All right. We're going to do one more orbit. And, oh, did I already? Got to send our crew report back. How awesome is that? Outstanding. That's the whole reason we're up here. All right. So I'm actually going to do a couple more orbits. And we're going to see if we can come down over the far continent. Just really for fun. No particular reason. Alright, start getting our periapsis down. And again, we're going for about a 30,000 meter re-entry periapsis. Not bad. I'm a little bit worried about our electrical charge. Maybe I shouldn't have gone those couple extra orbits. Alright, let's orient ourselves for re-entry. Kraken Insurance. Awesome. Beautiful. And here's our nice spherical reinforced re-entry module here. Jeb's all excited. We completed our contract. That was good. Oh, we're going to come in a little shallower than I expected, in over the water. That's okay, though. No big deal. Now, in reality, the first couple of Vostok missions, they bailed out of the capsule in the atmosphere and parachuted down. We are, well, yeah, I don't know if I can make that land over there. So we're not going to bother. We're just going to do a regular parachute recovery. One of these times when we're coming over land, we'll do the bailout recovery profile, just for historical sake. Excellent. Look at that. Outstanding. Well, we sent a Kerbal up into space and safely recovered him alive. Kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. Alright, let's see what we have for available contracts. We didn't get a lot of science from that, but we weren't planning on it. Alright, now we have Voskhod 2 of... Oh, science from space around Kerbin. This is good. We can grab that, because basically anything we do at this point is just going to give us 20,000. Alright, so this one... It wants us to spend 1 day in orbit for Voskhod 2. So we can do that. And we're going to need to beef up our Voskhod with some extra batteries. Minor detail. And we'll also use this as an opportunity to send up our second pilot. But let me go through and get some more batteries going. Alright, now that we have dramatically reinforced the amount of electrical power this thing's carrying, we'll go through and let's change our crew members. And we're going to put Valentina Kerman in there. And we'll give her... There we go. Give her a little spacesuit. And up we go for Voskhod 2. And this one will be the objective, spending an entire day up in orbit. Look at that, Valentina's all excited. She knows where she's going. Big ol' smile. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and skip this ahead a little bit, do some fast forwarding and editing. Alright, so all I have to do here is literally wait 1 Kerbal day, which is 6 hours. And we're going to save and hope that we don't run out of battery juice. Oh, and you know what? We can... yeah. That should be okay. That'll complete that contract for that quick amount of money. Now, we're literally just going to time warp until our counter goes down there and we see our contract complete. Almost there. Okay, so we have spent an entire day in orbit of Kerbin. Plenty of electricity to spare. Valentina is doing great. Alright, let's get this going for Re-entry and descent burn. Maybe this one will do the bailout. We'll see. Oh, actually, no. I have to keep her in there for this to complete. That's fine, though. Excellent. All right, so we've got our re-entry profile to a good place. We're going to get ourselves to about, like, maybe 80,000. Yeah, right about there. Whoop. Get ourselves set up for re-entry, and as soon as we're in the upper atmosphere, we're going to do a crew report. Oh, we already had that, really? Oh, right. Yes, I got that from one of the aviation missions. All right, well, we've got it anyway. And we'll go ahead and let Valentina do her re-entry. Coming in down over the desert. Excellent. Worked out just how we wanted. Oh, and look at that. We're not even too far. Okay, maybe we are. I was going to say we weren't too far from the desert airfield, but yeah, we're kind of far. That's fine, though. Almost down. Valentina's all excited in there. Excellent. And we'll recover that. And that should complete our contract for Voskhod 2. Excellent. And we even got a little bit of science from it. Not bad. Now that gets us into Voskhod 3, where we have to go up into a little bit of a higher orbit. So that'll be interesting. And we have one for... Oh, look at that. Rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit of Kerbin. Well, maybe we'll recreate another interesting Voskhod mission. Tune in next time to the next episode of the KSSR space program to see how that goes. As always, thanks for watching.